Viking hails from Finland. This time it's all about the Swedish band King of Asgard with the fifth album by the band, and this roughly says something like Svartrviðr. Can't really pronounce those weird ass names properly, so let's Svartrviðr like the American ways. I kid you not. This is from Sweden and it's Viking metal, meaning kind of a black metallic, folk metallic parts, and then married them to what is usually known as melodic death metal. Some people, quite a lot according to Metalogs, seems to compare this band to Amon Amarth, but with Svartrviðr, I wouldn't really call this Amon Amarth like at all. I mean, you don't have those strong growly vocals, you don't have that kind of melodic riffs, you don't have kind of a melodic death metal at all. I mean, this is closer to the so-called pagan metal, Viking metal with, pagan themes, Viking themes, and as such, this is closer to bands such as, say, Thurfing, Mithadun, and Norwegian band Einherjar. Definitely closer to those than Amon Amarth. I mean, don't get me wrong, Amon Amarth is great what they do with their melodic death metal Viking themes. But the Viking themes are pretty much the only thing that actually tie these two bands together, apart, of course, the fact that they both come from Sweden. But musically, they are like two totally different breeds. So this band that started already in 2008 has been pretty active with the albums, releasing one every few years. And so far, this is the only second album I've heard from the band. Let's be honest about it. Back in 2012, when I heard the North album and I got it for review, didn't exactly like it too much. I think it was pretty goddamn basic, like 6 out of 10. It's not so much that the album was bad, but it was like more addition to this genre that was already like overflowing with rather generic ideas. But luckily, now some 10 years later, actually this is 2021 release, Svartrviðr is so much like progressed, an evolution version of what was going on back in the days. Still reminds me a lot of those bands mentioned, especially Einherjar and the like, Mithadun, but this is overall a lot better. First of all, the songwriting in general is actually pretty solid. It lacks the hit songs given, and there's kind of a memorable chorus parts, but overall, strong production, solid vocals, and riffs that just help bring the atmosphere right to the spot. I mean, that's pretty damn good stuff. And overall, there are no big mistakes. I mean, you're kind of hard to find any weak points to this album. So in that department, this album is actually a solid one. Now, my only complaint is actually that this lacks a little bit of memorability. And it doesn't help that they have those folky parts, but not exactly too much, or those not so well to remember kind of a chorus part, or just melodies that go right under your skin and you just keep humming there yourselves. So everything is here very, very potential to break it big, in my opinion. But it's not exactly doing that. So, in other words, I'm not going to call it great. I'm not going to even call it outright good. But I'm definitely saying this is a decent album that has evolved from the years the times so many years ago with the second album and all. Now, overall, this is something that is basically right up my alley. Because of the Viking themes, because of the cool-looking album, I mean, I'm a sucker for this kind of digibacks and that fold in many different directions, and because of the music style, of course. I mean, catchy melodies and strong vocals, strong production. Check. It's checking all the boxes. Now, like I said, the only thing what I'm missing from this album is that it could be even more taking you along. That's what actually Amon Amarth is doing, or used to do, especially with the first few albums, having those strong melodies. Now, that is where King of Asgard falls a little bit short. Like, they have the riffs, but the song structure maybe, or lack of those chorus parts, is it's hurting it a little bit, not much. So overall, if you're a Viking fan or you like pagan / Viking metal, no, there is no reason why to skip this one. So check out the link and give this band a listen. This album was released more than a year ago, so it has been waiting for its turn in the queue for quite some time. I pardon for that, but being overloaded with albums is not so easy to juggle all the time. But here it is, my review, and check out the band. Music never gets old as long as it's good. So there it is, King of Asgard with Svartrviðr. Give it a chance and find your inner Viking. Take care and see you soon with more reviews coming your way.